So, United is kickstarting off its season today in the Premier League as we host Wolverhampton Wanderers at the Old Trafford Stadium. Is it going to be a baptism of fire or not? Wait and see. By the time the referee blows the last minute whistle to see to it that we obviously put in the shift that we obviously really desire. Welcome to United Matters channel. How are you guys and where are you watching us from? I go by the names of Rock and David. Smash like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. We have lots of things to talk about, and you see the title, you see the caption onto this video. It's United to put up a title fight, right? I'm not saying that you're going to win the title, but all I really understand is that we are going to fight for the title. That is it. And I've always gone ahead to obviously look through stats that any team that is in the region of 85 points can obviously put up what we call a title fight. Trust me, in the debut season of Erik ten Hag, where you got in 5 players permanently and 3 others on a loan that were not his own wanting, because he wanted João Felix. So his first wanted Cody Gakpo, missed him, went to Liverpool. He wanted João Felix went to Chelsea. He wanted Sofian Amrabat, in the midfield. So he only got Wout Weghorst, the goalkeeper. I think he went to Rangers now, and Sabitzer. I think Sabitzer was the only player that he got was close to what he wanted. And the bad thing was that Sabitzer got himself an injury, and obviously things never went in as he desired them to be. Now, for Erik ten Hag, having gotten in 3 players and we expect 2 more to come in through, we anticipate that we are not going to obviously see a reduction on the points that we collected last season, that is 75, meaning that we are going to win more. Are we going to get in more 15 points to obviously clinch 90 points? I think we are going to be into that ilk of 85, 90 points. And if I told you in that bracket, obviously you are into the ilk of obviously winning the title and the trophy. So to my own understanding, I believe Erik ten Hag is going to take us to a 90-point team. That's where Erik ten Hag is going to put us, and I really understand that most of us are really going to be going through the best that we deserve as a team, and that's why I've gone ahead to say that we're going to put up a title fight. But I see us in the second and third position because I believe Man City and Arsenal are really a step ahead of us. But that doesn't put us out of the competition level. We are going to compete for the title, and I think last season what really stopped us from competing for the title was the lack in squad depth. These players played very many games. No team in Europe played more games than Manchester United. We played more games than any other team in Europe. That's why you saw to it that we found ourselves in a situation of really not getting to where we're supposed to be as a club of Manchester United. So as it stands, I really think we are going to put up a title fight, though I fancy Arsenal or Man City to win the title, but I think we can put up what we call a title charge for this season. Now, my position as United, I think we are going to be either second or third, but I won't be shocked if I told you we lift off the trophy. Now, let's go to the players that I believe are going to obviously take on the season. This season, I see Alejandro Garnacho being the star boy of this team. That is it. He's young, 19 years of age, and he's obviously one of those that you obviously want to watch because he's going to keeping us off the edges of our seats when you're watching this game of football. Whether in Old Trafford, whether at your home, you won't watch these games when you're standing. You watch these games when you are really having what we call a seat. So to me, Alejandro Garnacho, I see him pushing through to obviously even displace Marcus Rashford from that position. And Manchester United manager Erik ten Hag will find himself in a situation of dilemma on whether to play Rashford as a centre forward or a left attacking midfielder, because Garnacho is going to put in what we call performances that are going to catch the eye of the manager. You've seen him in the preseason, He has been the main man. Even the game that we last played at Old Trafford, that really summed up our pre-season as far as the first team is concerned. You saw him obviously coming in through and obviously putting up the best performance against Reims. And I came out here and I told you that to me, he was my man of the match. That is Alejandro Garnacho for you. So I see him as the star boy of this team, and it's going to go obviously take us to where we deserve to be. He's going to do wonders. I see him scoring goals in double figures, having a double figure of assists, both in the Premier League and the Champions League. He's going to be one of those that is going to be talked about, and on any day, I name him into my team of United that really starts. That's what Ten Hag really hinted about to the game of Wolverhampton Wanderers, that this time round, it's not like last season that we don't have 2 players per position. Almost that entire team, they know that they're really having to compete to get into the field of play, meaning that competition is stiff, it's hard, and these players know that it's going to be hard for them to penetrate into the team if at all they don't put in what we call the well-desired effort. That is it coming in from Erik Ten Hag, and I believe Garnacho is going to give Marcus Rashford a very tough time. Now, the centre-forward position. With Martial returning and fit to play the beautiful game of football, Rasmus Hojlund present, and Marcus Rashford there, that makes us to a level of having 3 centre-forwards. Now, if all are fit, who is really going to edge the other? Obviously, we all know that when all are fit, Anton Martial is the better centre-forward at the club of Man United, you know that. But Rasmus Hojlund, having come in through at a hefty price, £72 million, the manager would like to really give him enough playing time and obviously see others obviously follow him up. But with the very many games that we are having, I think they can share that role with Anton Martial. And Rashford can share his role with Alejandro Garnacho, see to it that they're getting the best that they deserve as a team of Manchester United. But for Rasmus Hojlund, I've already told you, if I've been watching my other videos, that he's going to come out and obviously do the following. 1. Rasmus Hojlund is going to come up and obviously score goals. I see him scoring 20 goals in a season. Champions League, Premier League, FA Cup, Carabao Cup. I see him scoring 20 goals. 6 goals like in the Champions League, 10 in the Premier League, and maybe 1, 2, 3, 4 from the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup. I really fancy him to score those goals because he is good at that. I see him putting in what we call good assists. That's why I told you that I see his what we call goal contribution being in 30s. Few people have gone ahead to give him that, but I believe he's a very good player. Young, aggressive. He supports the club of Man United. It's not going to take him long to fit into the system of Manchester United. That's why Ten Hag has gone ahead to organize a friendly that you're going to play on Tuesday, meaning that the players that are going to play in the game of Wolverhampton Wanderers are obviously going to play in that game that is going to be behind closed doors at Carrington tomorrow on Tuesday. That is Erik Ten Hag for you. So, to my understanding, I see us going far this season. Now, this is all about the Premier League. But what would I fancy this season? I would fancy to obviously put up a title charge, even if we don't really win the title, but I want United to put up what we call a title fight. Let's not participate. I want us to really compete. Last season, we stopped competing around March. That's when we obviously dropped off because we are nowhere into the title conversation until we are in the title conversation until March. After March, we're out of the title conversation. So I want us to be in the title conversation until the end of the season. And that is all possible and achievable. The other one is us winning the FA Cup or Carabao Cup, any of those, and obviously reaching the quarterfinals of the Champions League. And I'm having a certain instinct. Let me wait and see how the draws of the Champions League are going to be made. I think next month, that's going to be September. Then I'll come out here and tell you what my thoughts are about the Champions League. But I'm having some positive vibes about us really performing well in the Champions League, because if Erik Ten Hag reached the semi-final of the Champions League without a budget that has been given at Manchester United, close to £400 million spent ever since he came in here, how is it gonna be for Erik Ten Hag when he's coaching a team in the Champions League when he's being given the players that he desires at this club of Man United. I think that gives me more positive vibes, because these are just 13 games that Ten Hag can obviously win all and see us go where we deserve to be. With the experience that he has gone ahead to instill in us as a team, I believe more and more stuff is going to happen at the club of Manchester United. Thank you guys for watching through. Those have been my predictions, and I believe Marcus Rashford will also score in goals, but this time around he's going to be having a lot of pressure onto him, because very many players are going to be in the ilk of Man United to score goals as required. Casemiro, Bruno Fernandes captaining the team for the very first time in a competitive tournament when he's the full captain or keeps of Man United. That also gives us vibes of really taking us to the next level, because there is some bit of luck with Bruno Fernandes every time. What else haven't I talked about? I think we should start our season off better than we did last season. Let's win these games. Let's win all the games we have to win, because I see Liverpool in the mix. I see Arsenal there. So if we win against Wolverhampton Wanderers, let's go to Spurs and obviously beat them over the weekend, because they've gone ahead to draw their first game away at home. It's going to be Ange Postecoglou's first game at the West Ham's at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, but I think we can edge him and give him what we call a beating of his life. I sign out for now. See you later. I cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. My Muslim viewers and subscribers, Barakallahu Fikum, and I'm calling for your predictions. What do you think our season is going to be like? Garnacho to be the star boy of the team. I'm out.